Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
Shaw, you're out here every single week. I've seen you here every week. You're protesting the communist government in China.
Yes.
This seems to me like something that they would do in China.
Yeah, I know. I don't want Canada to become another China, I come from where communism is, so I definitely know how evil they are. The Chinese government, we need to get rid of the Chinese government. Communism is the worst thing ever.
Sheila Gunn Reid for Rebel News. Well, politicians of all stripes were off breaking their own recommendations to avoid non-essential travel over the holidays, leaving frozen Canada for much warmer climes like Hawaii. Albertans from all across the province were being fined for protesting the very lockdown rules the politicians clearly don't respect or think work. Anyway, I mean, if politicians truly thought the lockdowns worked, wouldn't they be locking themselves down too, instead of just locking down the normal people? However, as you know, it's just little people being locked into their homes and kept away from their families. Now, every weekend in Calgary, there's a protest at City Hall Plaza against the lockdown measures that have closed thousands of businesses, putting thousands of people out of work overnight, all in the name of stopping the coronavirus. And every single week, people down there are getting ticketed for breaking COVID gathering rules. The tickets are $1,200 a piece. Now, I've been working hard to help people who are ticketed fight their fines at fightthefines.com. And when I was there in Calgary covering the very first anti-lockdown rally of 2021, I ran into 4 people who had been ticketed for exercising their constitutional right to protest. I met Kim Davies and her friend Penny Judson. They were both issued tickets for walking down the street to come to the protest, and they think it's because they had protest signs in their hands, so they got a proactive ticket from Calgary City Cops. Check it out. Hi, Kim. We just met, and I just discovered that you got a COVID violation fine today. For how much?
$1,200
For what?
for walking down by the LRT with someone else that we were 3 feet apart, and we are contravening the Alberta health officials' rules.
Now, Kim, you seem like a nice lady. I've just met you, but I take it you're probably a law-abiding lady?
I am.
Except for this illegal protest.
Except for this protest, yes. We hadn't even got there yet. We were just walking down the street by the C train.
Now, Kim, I want to tell you, I want to help you fight this ticket. I want you to plead not guilty. I'm going to get you a lawyer. At no cost to you, we're going to crowdfund it at fightthefines.com. And you're going to plead not guilty. We're going to see if we can do our best to fight this fine, and we'll crowdfund so there's no cost to you. Do you have a message for the other people out there who are scared to go protesting because they might get a fine too?
I appreciate that. Yeah, there are a lot of people out there afraid to protest a lot. And I think if this is the worst they can do to me, then bring it on.
Are you going to come back next week?
Yes, I am.
Then there's Brian Dunbar. Take a listen. You've got a no mask ticket.
Another badge of honor. Yeah, I got one last week for $1,200, and this time it's for $100 for not wearing a face covering. After I basically got retaliated, that's why I received the ticket, and because I exposed four cops in 2 different vans not wearing their face coverings. And I approached them and I asked, are you in the same household together? Because you could be exempt, So that's when they retaliated against me, put me in cuffs. And
Sorry, you were cuffed for not wearing a mask?
of course, they want to go with the failure to ID or obstruction of justice. I'm sorry.
Right, but you didn't get charged with that.
No. But I was in the cuffs, and so they issued this to me, and yeah.
And then there is Sha Li. Now, she's not exactly an anti-lockdown protester, but rather an anti-Chinese communist government that then spread this coronavirus disease to the rest of the world protester. And she's down there on the plaza every single weekend, collecting signatures on her petition, calling on Canadian governments to stop the spread of the communist Chinese government here in Canada. And she got a coronavirus ticket. Look at this.
So you received a ticket last week, a $1,200 ticket?
Yes, it was a $1,200 ticket. Yeah. So I was just talking to one of the gentlemen there, and then we were talking about how communism, how bad the communism is, and then the cops just came to us, and then one of the cops tried to write a ticket on me, and they were trying to trick me to because I didn't know too much about Canadian law, and then one of the cops was trying to trick me because she told me if I show her my ID, then she could listen to what I explained to her, and then I thought she was just trying to check my ID. But so I just showed them my ID, and then she took my ID right away and wrote me the ticket.
And your ticket is for $1,200?
Yeah, it is.
Shaw, you're out here every single week. I've seen you here every week. You're protesting the communist government in China.
Yes.
This seems to me like something that they would do in China.
Yeah, I know. I don't want Canada to become another China, I come from where communism is, so I definitely know how evil they are. The Chinese government, we need to get rid of the Chinese government. Communism is the worst thing ever. I've been educating the people around here about the issue called forced live organ harvesting, which means the Chinese government is harvesting people's organs for profit. This is really evil. Let me tell you one of the true story of my friends. My friend, her whole family got arrested by the Chinese police, and then her dad died in the jail because the Chinese police tortured him and forced him to give up his face, but he never did that. Then he died because the Chinese government took his organs out, which means cutting his organs out without anesthetic. This means this is a crime against humanity. We all need to speak up and stand up to stop this. And the Chinese government has been persecuting so many people, including Christians, Tibetans, Uyghurs, and Falun Gong practitioners. So many people. Chinese government is trying to take in control of the whole world. If we don't get rid of communism, the whole world will be affected. It's really terrible. I want to let people know how evil they are.
Shaw, I admire what you're doing here because you got a ticket and you're still here warning people about the dangers of the Chinese government. I admire that so much. And I want to make a promise to you. I want to help you fight your ticket. I want you to send that ticket to me. And if you have it with you, I'll take a picture of it today. But I want you to plead not guilty. I'm going to find you a lawyer. At no cost to you, we'll crowdfund the lawyer for you. So it doesn't cost you anything, because I want you out here every single week warning Canadians about how terrible the Chinese Communist government is. And if everybody at home wants to help Shaw continue to do that, they can help cover her legal fees at fightthefines.com. Shaw, do you have a message to the people at home?
Yes, I do. So I will not give up my faith, and I will not give up doing this. I will keep this going on until the Chinese government, until we get rid of the Chinese government, Chinese communism. It's really terrible, and I hope everyone can stand up and speak up and just let your voice heard, because I know my whole family got arrested China before because we were trying to tell the truth to the people around, and then the Chinese police arrested us illegally. So I know even in China I'm not afraid. So in here I'm not scared of them at all. So everyone can stand up and speak up. Yeah, thank you.
Ticketing normal Albertans for doing a completely normal and completely constitutional thing, expressing a political opinion, or expressing a political opinion contrary to the government line is reprehensible. And that's why I'm helping Canadians from all across the country fight their fines. If you get a ticket, I don't want you to pay it. I want you to fight it. Send it to us at fightthefines.com for help. And if you're someone who has not yet received a ticket, but you want to be in the fight and you want to help those who have received a ticket, you can donate at that special website, fightthefines.com, to help cover the legal costs to remind the government that it cannot make laws that trump all over the constitutional rights of Canadians, pandemic or not. And at that same special website, you can also see some of our previous Fight the Fines cases, and you can see some of the victories that are already rolling in. That's fightthefines.com. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. If you're someone who has received a coronavirus violation ticket from your city, your province, or your municipality, don't pay it, fight it. Plead not guilty and send it to us at fightthefines.com. And if you would like to help us cover the cost of our legal fees to do this very important civil liberties work, to give these out-of-control government officials and bureaucrats the reality check they so richly deserve, you can do that too at that special website, fightthefines.com.